I can do better than that. Come on, clap harder than that. Yes. What's going down, America? And welcome to another exciting episode of In Your House with Antoine Clemens. Yep, that's me, the face of public access, and I have a great show for you guys today. But before I get to the show, you know I gotta do what I do best and tell you what's grinding my gears. Ladies and gentlemen, in Nevada, a guy robbed a bank with a President Obama mask. Either one or two things happen. Either the guy's just crazy or President Obama has a new way to lower the debt ceiling. Yeah. Also, in the country of Mexico, it has been a new report that came out that Mexicans are the new community that takes more Extend pills. See, that helps Border Patrol because now they can spot them while they're crossing the border. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Whew. I got some other good news, you guys. Yeah? 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 I found my keys, yeah. You guys, when we come back from commercial breaks, we have a television debut of an awesome singer when we come back from this commercial break. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Marlen.
All right. Well, Laughing Right Productions is asking you to stand. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out while I lay your sheet bare. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless.
Hello, my name is Judah Meduhano, and here's the trivia question for today. In the famous childhood story Peter Pan, what did the crocodile swallow that tick with Captain Hook? To answer this question, go online to facebook.com/inyourhousewithantoine.clements. And remember, if you get this question right, you will walk away with a $100 gift card to any store of your choice.
Welcome back to In Your House with Antoine Clements. I'm joined in the living room at this time with two great speakers. Author of From Plan to Praying, Carl Gregory Williams, and also David King, CEO of Team Motivational Programs. How you guys doing today?
Fine.
How you doing, Mr. Williams? Great to have you back on the show.
Yes, good to be back.
Today, we're on the show talking about some great topics. To think about what is going on with the teens of this generation. The violence, the crimes. Let's even get it more in depth. The high baby making rate, if I may say. Is just a lot of things that's going on right now. And I want to thank Mr. Williams and David for coming on the show to talk about some of these issues. But before we get in depth here, Mr. Williams, let's talk about some of your early backgrounds and just what we're talking about today.
Yes, because at the age of 12, I helped start a gang. At the age of 13, I was under investigation from the FBI for the activities I was doing in this gang. I've seen people shot and killed. I've seen people almost beaten to death. I've been arrested, put on trial to do 40 years in prison. If convicted, my release date would have been 2025. I was not convicted. I have been able to change my life around. I've been blessed enough right now. I work for the 5th richest man in the world. I'm also into the electrical field, and I've been able to write and publish my life story From Playing to Praying, which is on sale at 800 Barnes & Noble stores throughout the United States.
All right, and David, some early beginnings.
Some early beginnings for me. I was born here in Gary, Indiana, October 13th, 1994, to Tamika Dye and David L. King Sr. I was not always the way that I am now. When I was younger, I was a troubled young man. But however, I found out that that was the way I should have been. Therefore, I decided that I needed to make that change, and I got involved in student council. And I became the first African American to be elected to a state student council position. And also, I created my own team motivation speaking program, which actually was initiated about a couple of weeks ago.
Right, that's definitely awesome. You guys give them a round of applause. I've been definitely following David's work for the last 2 years and what he's doing. You know, when I was on school board, a student board representative under Darren Washington, and doing the things that we try to do to turn things around. But in my only a year, you know, after convincing the board to even bring those positions back, I definitely made a definitely stamp in the Gary School District and also the state as a whole. So, Dave, I definitely want to give Dave another round of applause for what you're doing for our youth. We definitely need a youth leader. You know, we definitely have a lot of adults lecturing to our generation, but if they hear from us, then they know what's what's wrong. So let's get to some topics here of what's going on with the crimes and in the city. Carl, you was talking about how you was on trial just 2 years ago. Right? I want to give your age away.
No, it was a little bit longer than that.
Longer than 2 years ago.
But the situation we have today is that there are a lot of young black men who are not able to find jobs. Yeah. The jobs are not there. And the way the political party is setting it up, it may not be jobs for the near future. So us young black men have to really stay in school, get the best education they can get, and go on to college or go to a trade school so they can better themselves, because if you're not marketable, you're not going to be able to get a job.
Do you agree, David?
Yes, I do agree. I believe that education actually plays a very huge role in the way that someone becomes successful in life, not just males, but females also, which actually plays a role in a lot of issues that we have.
Now, you guys talk about education now. We say that's a big part of the problem, but more so, especially in our culture, that we have a problem with getting them to school. So what is the problem with they're not going to school? We understand that education is the key and the bridge to the American dream. We understand that. That's constantly been driven into us since we were younger. But how can we get that message to the others?
Well, parents do have to be more involved because I do go to some PTA meetings, and I've been to PTA meetings where there's 1,200 students in the school, and you have 12 people there.
Wow.
And when the parents are not involved in what's going on, it really hurts the situation of the young person getting better grades and being involved in more curriculum. Because, you know, if the parents aren't involved in it, that means they're not motivating their kids to get up, get to school, get your education, check their homework. So it has a lot to do with the parents.
I believe that parents play a big role in it also, but I think that student involvement is also a huge problem that we have. You know, students aren't too much involved in the process of the education. They're more so overlooked, and it's more so that the teachers and the administration are saying this is what's going to happen, and you know, they don't take under consideration what the students want or what the students would like to do. And I believe that student involvement would really help a little bit more with initiating students to come to school.
Definitely. And I really commend the Gary School Board on the student board representative positions and how the input of the Intercity Student Council have towards their decision making. But once we have that input and those voices are being heard, is that input, do you feel is really being put into effect?
I personally, sometimes I do feel that the school board listens, and then sometimes I think that they just overlook it. But in a sense, I believe that essentially that it's important that they pay attention to everything that we're saying, because you never know what you get out of what young people say. We say a lot of things, and some things can become very effective for us.
Exactly, and I feel that, and Carl, while you're here, you're much older than us both sitting here, but do you think that our age, as far as technology and things that's out now, have overpassed you guys?
Well, I don't think it's overpassed, but you know, with me, I'm like I said, I'm in the electrical field now, so I'm in the electrical engineering field. So I had to go into a whole nother field from where I was at to what I'm doing now. So I'm going back to school. My company is sending me to get retrained and re-educated, and it's rough on me because I'm not used to going back to school. And that's why I try to explain to young people why you already in the mode, why you already in school, carry it on to the next level. Do not take a break, because a lot say, oh, well, I'm going to take a break. I'm tired of school. I'm going to take a break for a year. But you're already in the mode. You're already doing the books. Carry it on to the next level, because a lot of times you take that break and you never get back to it.
That's true. It's definitely true. Education is definitely a key role. Parent involvement is definitely a key role. Peer involvement is definitely a key role. But let's talk about these, you know, how the games, how does that affect one's thinking and one's coping with the education of this generation?
Well, with gangs, when I started in the gang, the only thing we wanted to do was raise money so we could buy uniforms to play on a basketball team. So we got together and we became a group of people, and a lot of gangs are family members. You have cousins and close friends who are in the gang. And, you know, our main thing was just trying to do something right, and then it turned into something wrong. But gangs, people feel comfortable in gangs because they feel like if you're not in the gang, if you're in the gang, nobody's going to mess with you because they know that you're in this gang and you can get away with certain things. And a lot of young men feel comfortable in gangs. A lot of women in gangs too now. So
Are the gangs different from when you were in gangs than the gangs are now?
yeah, they're a lot different now because we had a thing of like, okay, we had a thing where we're not going to do anything to a young lady. Now these gangs are shooting women. They have no respect for life. The value of life has went way down, and we have a real problem with that because people don't value life as much as they used to. I valued life. I was a fool in the streets, but I still valued living and making it to another day.
David, explain to the viewing audience, what do your company offers this generation as far as the teen motivational program?
Well, it offers a range of different topics, from bullying, anti-bullying, to taking self-confidence in yourself, being able to reach out and make a difference in your school. And it also takes on different topics relating to the issues in which we as youth go through these days. I know we offer things such as self-esteem programs, but it mainly deals with interaction with getting youth involved and getting youth on more of a positive outlook on life and getting them to thinking more positively and doing positive things.
Awesome. Well, I know Mr. Williams, I met Mr. Williams, is definitely doing motivational speaking with his organization, Games Are Not the Answer. We definitely collaborated on different events throughout our course of our career, made some changes. So I know definitely that this meeting here in your house is definitely ordained by something greater than what we're doing today. So I really want to thank you guys for everything that you're doing for this community. I want you guys to give them another round of applause for what they're doing. We're definitely going to collaborate much more moving further. But from this point on, do you think moving further are some plans that your organization, David, your organization, Mr. Williams, that we can all come together and collaborate together to make some changes throughout our city and nation as a whole?
What we need to do is get out and vote. We need to get more of our young people out and vote for this next election. We need to put President Obama back in office, because if you think it's bad now, if the Republicans get in, it's going to get worse.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more Carl Williams and David King. Welcome back to the commercial break. We're still in the living room today with Carl Gregory Williams and David King. I mean, before we got on the commercial, Mr. Williams, you was talking about getting Barack Obama back into office, and I definitely promised in the beginning of the show that I will not tamper with politics, but I think it's something that I definitely have to break my silence on at this point in time and talk about the problems that's going on with the GOP and the Democratic parties. And there is a lot of problems where Barack Obama is really not supported in the GOP. They want to call themselves the Tea Party. They have so many names and titles for themselves. There's so many issues that we can go on that Obama, I feel that Obama finds a cure for cancer, that the Republicans will not support it, and that's one of the key problems that we do have. So that is one of the issues. Obama does have plans to definitely help with public safety nationwide, local-wide, and on a state level. But he is black. We have people in the Democratic Party that doesn't support him, and we all know why, and I'm not going to disclose it on the show. Then you have another a problem where the Republicans just don't support him, period. So that is a big issue. Dave, do you have any input on that?
I think that, politics eventually will run this country because we base ourselves and our government on political parties as opposed to what really needs to be done. I think that, when it comes to selecting leaders, we need to look more so at what they have to offer and not their political party, because most people go to the polls and they vote for their political party and not actually what that candidate offers.
Exactly. And that's definitely true. And let's talk about our governor of Indiana, Mitch Daniels. And publicly I announced plenty of times that a lot of people don't agree with some things that Governor Mitch Daniels do, but I 122% support Governor Mitch Daniels and the decisions that he's making. That's really, out of the last 6 administrations of this state, has cut spending tremendously. And I really commend Governor Mitch Daniels for what he's doing. So when I vote at the polls, as David say, I don't go looking because this party is this party or this person is black and this person is that I'm voting. I'm voting for the person that really I feel that's going to take our nation or take our city or take our state to the next level. And I think everyone should make that decision, that type of decision when they go to them polls.
Well, there's nothing wrong with voting for who you want to vote for. That's great. But we also need to understand that there is a higher power that controls everything. And as long as we have a relationship with that higher power, we will be blessed.
Amen. So I definitely want to thank you guys for coming on the show today. I'm going to definitely invite you guys back in the near future. We definitely have to talk about more. It doesn't end here. We will be right back with more In Your House with Antoine Clemens. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Judah Meduhano, segment called What's Hanging in Your Closet. Now today I have on a gray top with cheetah prints with the black lace glove, and for what I have on for pants are leggings, which they are black, and at the bottom they are laced with a rose design. And for shoes, I have on some Shake It Up shoes. Now, this outfit was by Selena Gomez, and her collection is named Dream Out Loud. And this is all that we have today for What's Hanging in the Closet, and we'll be back with more In Your House with Antoine Clements.
Thank you guys for watching an awesome show today. I know you enjoyed it, but once again, I'm asking you for your input. Go to www.facebook.com/In Your House with Antoine Clements and let us know what you thought about our shows. What you thought about our shows for today. It's not too late to cash in on a trivia question. The trivia question is, in a famous childhood story, Peter Pan, what ticked off Captain Hook? Go to Facebook.com again and answer that question. And remember, you could win a $100 gift card. Come on, you guys. No one have got any of the questions right. We're trying to give away these $100 gift cards. Call us. Come on. Come in. Send them messages in. We're trying to give away this gift card. If you don't want it, let me know. I'll keep it in my pocket. But until next time, you be blessed.